Hello and a very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. Basically we want to combine these two tables so that we have this consolidated table as shown over here. As you can see over here, initially we have two different tables whereby in table 1 we only have the store and the sales for each stores. And then in table 2 we have the stores and the respective branches. So what we want to do is we want to combine this, we want to merge these two tables, and we also want to allocate and apportion the total sales based on number of branches. For example, if you notice over here, the sales for store A is 1000, but if you look here in store A we have two branches, so we want to apportion them equally, whereby 1000 divided by the two branches we get about each 500. Similarly, if we look here carefully in table 1 we have about 800 sales for store B. So if we want to apportion among the four different branches for store B, we will get 200 each. So basically how we want to do this? Well, this is how we use Power Query, not only to merge the table but also to apportion equally. So let's get started. First thing is we need to transport both tables to the Power Query editor. So what I'm going to do is I want to highlight these two tables. Okay, highlight this table first, go to data, go to get and transform data, and then click from table slash range. Once I click from table slash range, you will notice a box will appear, and in this box over here I'm going to press OK. So once I press OK, you will notice that we will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So in this Power Query Editor, this is where we will do the massaging, this is where we'll do the merging, and this is where we do some calculation. So now this is our first table where we have the store and we have the sales. So what I'm going to do is I want to close and load to, and I only want to create as a connection, and I press OK. So over here you have connection for table 1. I want to do the same for the table 2. Control shift down, shift right, go to data, and we do the same thing whereby we go to get and transform data, we click on the icon of from table slash range, and then you will notice a box will appear. So in this small box I press OK. So once I press OK, you will notice that we will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So this is the Power Query Editor. So now what I'm going to do is not only I want to load as a connection, I want to do some cleaning. So basically what I'll do is I'll just press here right click, and then I'll press duplicate. So we want to create a duplicate. Why we want to create a duplicate? Basically we want to count the number of branches for each stores. So if just say I were to do normally, okay, if just say I were to do a normally, I will do what? I will go to transform and group by. I click group by, you will notice a box will appear, and then I click store and I press OK. So once I press OK, so it will show that for store A it has 2 branches, for store B it has 4 branches, for store C it has 3 branches. So what I want to do is I want to merge this table 2 and table 2 bracket 2. So what I do is I go to home, and then I go to merge queries, and once I click merge query, so basically I want to merge this current table with table number 2. So I click this. So I cannot press OK because I need to press the similar column. So once I press the similar column, you will see the status shows that selection matches 3 out of 3, and then I press OK. So once I press OK, and then what I do is I need to expand this. So I click expand, and I untick the store, and I untick the original column, and I press OK. So now when I press OK, so here we have the store, we have the branches, and we notice that for store A we have 2 branches, for store B we have 4 branches. So what I'm going to do is, so this is how it looks like. Okay, so this is the latest version, and then what I'm going to do is I want to click it over here. I click on merge queries as new, and then what I'm going to do is once I click merge queries as new, so this is the table I want to merge with the table 1. So this is table 1, and I click the similar column. So this is the similar column, matches 9 of 9 rows, and I press OK. So once I press OK, so now you'll notice it has added the other table, which is table 1. I need to expand. I untick the store because we already have store over here, and I press OK. So now you'll notice we have the total sales. But the thing is, this sales is the total. We haven't apportioned it. So how to apportion is, so basically what I do, I select this column and then I press this column over here, and then I go to add column, I go to standard, and I press divide. So once I press divide, you will notice that it has been divided and apportioned accordingly. So these two columns I can remove. So now here we have the store, we have the branch, and here we have the value or sales. So here is the sales. I go to home and I press close and load. So once I press close and load, so you will notice in our table, so this is the merge table. So let us look at the home. So if just say I go to the home, so now this is the data and we have created this expected answers, which is shown over here. So if just say I have a new store, which is store D. So what I'm going to do is I go to home, I click here store D, and just say I put here 5,000. So when I put 5,000, also here I put here store D, D1, D2, D3, D4. So for store D, we have 4 different branches. And then I press Ctrl D. So in table 1, I have created a new list, and table 2, so I have created a new list. So what I do is when I go to this merge and I press right click and I press refresh, so you will notice now we have also automated the new data as well. So using Power Query, not only we can merge table, we can also do some transformation as well.